handles on there. The Instagram handles will also be able to be like a DM situation. So if you want to add to the questionnaire, you can always DM us directly onto Instagram. So again, if you don't mind muting yourself, be respectful of everybody's time. I will be going over all of the steps in the side chat as well as today's model. So yeah, let's get started. Again, we have people coming in and out, so just be mindful. All right, so thank you so much for coming to this virtual class. My name is Laura. I am MK's brand advisor. I basically go over everything that has to do with MK in general. That's technical questions, concerns, and questions that you might have, marketing, as well as anything in general that has to do with the brand. I am a hairstylist myself. I've been a stylist for 14 years. I am behind the chair, so I do this and that. So I do know what you might come through. I was a sales rep at one point in my life, so I do know sales and I do know marketing as well. So I am just a chick with all the trades. Again, I really appreciate the time that you guys took for this class. I really do appreciate the fact that you took time from your busy Monday. And I'm super excited to bring this to you guys because it's going to transform your whole entire service for yourself and your brand in general. So thank you again. Welcome to MK Hair Botox virtual class. Michael, I am going to bring you and Carmela into the game. Carmela, do you mind introducing yourself and going over how you became an MK educator?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, good afternoon or good morning to everybody. My name is Carmela. I've been in the industry now for about 20 years. Love what I do. I specialize in some color and mostly hair extension. And that's how hair Botox became my thing. A lot of my clients started requesting a service such as this just to blend the porosity from roots to ends and provide that same consistent flow throughout the hair. Can't say enough great things about the product. I've been using it for just over 3 years. And I'm really excited to be here and be an educator, and you'll see what we're talking about. So
good afternoon. My name is Michael Zeineddine. I've been an educator with MK now for more than 2 years. We actually talking to you in our location at our salon here. We've been here for about 20 years now, and we do everything cuts and colors, and especially hair Botox treatments are a very big seller at the salon. We have a lot of clients of ours that have very ethnic hair, different culture clients with different types of hair, different manageability of hair. So MK is an amazing service that we brought into the salon, and every client that we do and every client gives us the same feedback that they love the product. So I'm excited here to teach you about it, and you guys can be as much questions, as open as you want. We're here to all help each other and give you the support that MK will do for you guys.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. I'm super excited. So again, just mute yourselves. If you have questions, concerns, take it to the side chat, take notes, super in depth. I am going to write everything down on the side chat as well. The capital letters are for today's model. I'm not yelling at you. It's just to decipher what is different for today. Again, just be respectful of everybody's time. So really quickly, I just want to go over hair Botox. So hair Botox is a super innovative treatment that you wouldn't be able to achieve with a keratin treatment or any other treatment on the market. It's invasive. It's basically made without any harsh chemicals or formaldehyde, and it actually works within the cortex. We're not here to take away any services from you. We're actually here to add on. So those clients with fine porous damage, hair textures, blondes, those types of clientele, you are definitely going to want to use this treatment for those clients that tend to feel like their hair constantly breaks off. They're not able to grow, hormonal issues, wherever life takes them. This is the treatment that they're going to benefit and transform their hair in just one session. Again, we're not here to take any services away. We use Fontel peptides, amino acids. It's basically a super repairing, manageable treatment, okay? It's not going to give you any restructure of the hair without it causing damage like a keratin treatment might possibly do for these clientele. You have clients that love their keratins, keep them on keratins. But when it comes to MK and the hair Botox treatment, it transcends to every single clientele that want to be able to repair their hair from within the cortex, to be able to make their hair so much more manageable, where a blow dry will only take them 30 minutes compared to an hour, or they can air dry their hair without frizz. This is a super repairing, manageable treatment. It smooths hair. It doesn't straighten. It has the ability to straighten, but because there are no harsh chemicals or formaldehyde, you will get maybe a 90% compared to a keratin treatment or something along those lines. Again, we're not here to take services away. We're here to just add on. So very quickly, Michael, is she clarified today?
Yes, so we've already used our pre-treatment clarifying detox shampoo. So what we did is we did 3 to 5 shampoos on her, depending on the lathering. We always recommend 3 and up, just depend on how much there's buildup from product, from her natural oils, from environmental outside. So today we did, I believe, 4 shampoos. Once we shampooed it on the 4th time, we actually left the shampoo in her hair for about 4 to 5 minutes with the cuticle being open and letting all of that, all of the oils and product being removed. So we've done that already. And this is the pre-treatment detox shampoo that we used. And then what we did is we brought our model back and we have blow dried 80% of the moisture out of the hair. We will be giving you a lot of tips today, as Carmela and I say, and what Laura said, that we are still stylists behind the chair. So we do this on a daily basis where we're always working with clients and we get to have some new tips or new ways to do stuff. So what we recommend is, what we like on not doing is actually combing out the hair before we apply it. We just find that, you know, sometimes we want to keep that cuticle as open as much as possible. So we brought her back, we used our fingers and a blow dryer and just slowly worked on taking out all the moisture. And as you can tell with her hair, it turned out great and it blow dried really nice. So this is 80% dry and we are going to start applying our treatments. Laura, can I talk about what we mixed and then you can.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
So when it comes to clarifying, every single step is crucial when it comes to doing the treatments. That even includes the clarifying. The biggest thing is consultation is key. Take the extra 15 to 20 minutes to discuss this service with your client, because again, they might have expectations of a keratin treatment, but their hair is telling them no. So again, you are the educated one. You're the one that's going to explain, this is a smoothing treatment. This is a repairing treatment. It is not going to straighten your hair. A, B, C, and D. Go over each and every step that you need to do to be able to comfort them in making sure that their treatment is going to make their hair absolutely incredible. Evaluate their hair. Really go in depth with each and every step that you need to do in order to basically give them their desired end results or help achieve the desired end results. So number 1, consultation, discuss this with them. You don't necessarily even have to do the consultation during this service. You can have them come in a week before, a week after, a month before, or not a week after, but you know what I mean. After a big, huge taking time chunk of your book, just to discuss this with them, right? Then you're going to bring them back to the basin, okay? After doing that, you're going to use the clarifying shampoo, which is our pre-treatment shampoo. It has a higher pH, but to the point where it's not going to take away any color that you might have on the hair. So it's not going to strip the hair completely, hence leaving it on for 5 minutes, being able to wash it multiple times. You're going to look for a squeaky clean feeling. We're textile people. We know what that feels like. Right? You want that cuticle completely blown open in order to be able to open up and have the treatment received. Okay. The pH is actually, I believe, an 8. So it's a little bit higher. It's an 8.5, between 8.5 and 9, actually. So that's where you're going to go with when it comes to the pre-treatment shampoo. Multiple washes. If you have to leave it on slightly, do it. Who cares? What you need to do is be able that the treatment, the pre-treatment shampoo is super lathered, so that way you're able to have the treatment received. Okay, might take 1 wash, might take 2 washes, might take 15 plus 15 minutes of leaving it on. You know your client, you know their hair, you'll be able to basically feel what that feels like, right? Then you're going to blow dry the hair 80 to 100%. Do not blow dry the hair 100% with fine damaged hair. You're just going to hate everything and you don't really need it. Okay. They might need that repair. So they need a little bit of the moisture left back into the hair, especially finer hair textures. Again, use your discretion for who's sitting in your chair and how you want to go about this, right? So 80% dry, 70% dry, fine, damaged, porous hair textures, 100% for maximum results. Maximum results is medium, coarse, resistant hair textures that need that cuticle to be blown open, right? So again, everything is mindful when it comes to this service, because mindful equals mindful results. Mindless equals mindless results. That should be in everything in our industry, right? But in general, this is not a boxed treatment. This is a treatment that transcends to everybody. So use your discretion. Make sure you go over this in your consultation, and each step will basically be comfortable for you. Okay. Now, go on to ratio.
Okay, thank you, Laura. So what we did today, we are using the hair Botox treatment for number 2, and we have mixed it with the platinum. So with her hair texture, she's actually a client of mine, so I've always worked on her hair. Her hair texture is about medium to a bit thicker texture-wise. We do highlights, every other visit. So she has some chemically treated ends, and then she does have some virgin roots. So our mix today, I always like to start off by just mixing always. I start with 100 grams. And I always find that 100 grams is pretty mindful on not using too much and wasting it, or not every application or every section I'm mixing always more. So I find the 100 grams I'm happy with. And then of course, if I always need to mix more, I always mix more. So the ratio today is we did 60% of the hair Botox treatment, and I did 40% of the platinum. So platinum is one of our best friends to use, and that controls any color shifting in the hair, or any clients that have any chemical treated hair from the roots or from the ends. You always want to mix platinum with your mix. I know Laura will go in there and break everything down more because she's the queen about that stuff. But I just want to let you know that we're doing 60% of the treatment 2, 40% of the platinum together. And this is our mixture that we got. I will let you know right now that if you haven't used hair Botox before, that the smell is almost odorless. I don't really smell a lot. And it's very easy to work with the client, and it's worked with us, and even in the salon atmosphere. It's not like you're walking into a salon and you get that really strong smell. It's very light, it's very fresh. And so that is our treatment today that we use. Treatment number 2, hair Botox, and the platinum mixed with it.
Awesome. So you can apply, and then while you apply, can you just go over application, and then I'll jump on and discuss platinum.
I would love to, Laura. So we section in 3, 1, 2, and back in 3. And we're going to work as a team today. So Carmela is going to work on the sides, and I'm going to work on the back. I will do the first 1 or 2 applications, and then we'll get forwards. Can you split this up for me, please? So what we like to do is take about a ½ an inch or an inch of the hair section before we apply the treatment. I will tell you now that it acts like a mask, and it's really easy to work with. So it's not super heavy, it's not super runny, it conditions it so well, and it's very easy to work with. So if you're that stylist saying, well, I'm always used to combing out the client's hair before the treatment, not to worry. Once you put the treatment in and you work it and we comb it out, it acts like a mask when you're combing it out. So I'm gonna bring her to the side. Head down, please. Thank you. So what I like to do is I like to work in sections in the back. And once we go a bit higher, I'm going to take in 3 sections. So I'll bring this closer so you can see the application. So for example, here is about an inch section that we did. I'm going to section in 2. I'll do this side first. Thank you so much. So I've only put a very light smidge on my brush, as you can tell. Not too much. And what we can do is we're going to go in 1/2 inch from the root, do a light tap. And then we'll do the bottom a bit. Then we work from mid shaft to ends. Now, when we apply it, like I said, it lathers very well. So you can always not put too much in the beginning and work it really through with your fingers, massage it in. As well, what I like to do, because we don't want to put it on the root, I will always get my index finger and my thumb, and I just massage it closely right to the root, but not on the root, okay? So we apply it like this. When this is done, I always put it down. I get the next section. I will do the exact same thing. Mid shaft to ends. And really go in there and work it with your fingers and the brush. Now, when that's done, I like to go get a comb and I will comb the product through to make sure it's going from roots to ends. And now I can tell that I feel confident that the product is in there. And as well here, you get to judge on how much product you're actually putting on. Because as hairdressers, we always get excited in the beginning and we put way too much product. And then we figure out, okay, wait, this is a different way. Maybe we should put less. So this is a great way just to see your work and study your work if you have a lot on your comb. Now, for example, if it's gooping and it's falling, we put way too much product and we're wasting the product. It doesn't need that much. But as you can tell, I think it's a pretty good texture in the comb. So what I like to do is I'm going to comb it out. Once it's done, I like to push it to the side. So I always say out of sight, out of mind. That means when you take the next section down, you're not oversaturating the product from the bottom and you're not wasting the product as well. So your section is nice, it's clean, it's put away. Now when the next section comes down and we do the same thing, it's more easy and cleaner, and then we continue all the way up. And then now, of course, when we get higher onto the scalp, then we will be taking 3 sections instead of 2. So I'm still good here for 2 more sections, but the next section I'll take 3. And that meaning I will break it down to 1, 2, 3. That way it's just cleaner and better. Now, of course, you know, Ali's got some really good hair texture, but if someone had really, really coarse, thick, stubborn hair, I will also be taking smaller sections as well to really penetrate the product. But Ali has great hair. It's just a lot of frizz and a lot of dryness. So I want to make sure we put moisture back into the hair, and it'll be easier time for her to blow dry it at home and easy maintenance. She's a very active girl, so we'll put that shine back in her hair as well. So now that we've worked that, and now we'll do it again for the second section. Now, I always like to mention that if you feel that you haven't put enough on and it looks and it has dry spots, reapply it and put more on, okay? It's very important to make sure you give that client the full service of the MK treatment. So if you need to put more, guess what? Put more, because I want the treatment to work. But if you know you put enough and you're confident in the application and the combing and it looks great, continue on with the next section. Because I know sometimes we like to second guess ourselves. So if it needs a little more, please go ahead. Then a little push just a bit on the root there, just to get those stubborns from the root regrowth, especially from the new regrowth. And then comb it out. See how easy it comes out? Remember how I told you before how we didn't comb out our hair before we blow dried it, or after we shampooed it? Look how nice and easy it goes. And that's just with a thin tooth comb. Imagine if we used a wet brush, it would be even easier, but this is perfect for the way the application is. Once that's done, out of sight, out of mind, put it to the side, and then we'll take the next sections.
Thank you so much. So let's go over platinum real quickly, then we can go over application. So we have the original hair Botox treatment, right? So the original hair Botox treatment, it is acidic. Again, we use glycolic acid as well as lactic acid to close down the cuticle compared to a formaldehyde treatment and aldehyde treatment, any methylene glycol, all that kind of garbage that is pretty much in most of the keratin treatments that have been, developed over the years. That's what makes our treatments really great. It's a comfortable service. Yes, there is a slight color shift, but it's not the color shift that you would expect. It's not a highlighter yellow. It's not something where it's so brassy that they are like, oh my God, what happened to my head? It is the underlying pigment of what your color line is. So if you use a color line that has warm tones, such as Redken with the red, that red undertone will pull through. So when it comes to platinum and mixing the two together, platinum is actually made for blonde-haired clients, gray-haired clients, balayage clients, those clients with lighter hair textures. It uses a special purple pigment, as you can see. This purple pigment is like a mask. I'm shaking it. It's not moving, okay? It's got 16 amino acids in it, plus obviously the moisturizing conditioner. This is a treatment itself. You can use this by itself on a fine porous blonde, on gray-haired clients, even clients who like that more ashy tone to remove the warmth. This is a great treatment for them. So when it comes to the platinum and single process colors, this will help diminish any type of warm undertone that might pull through. That's why, hence Michael is mixing the two together. The client sitting in his chair has lightened ends. So he's definitely going to mix this in the formula of what this service brings to the table. Platinum, again, uses 16 amino acids, the Bontel peptide, and argan oil to help hydrate the hair as well as bring repair back to it, okay? So again, it's a moisturizing treatment, super intense moisturizing treatment. So blonde, fine porous blondes will definitely benefit because, again, this is going to bring moisture back into the hair. The amino acids are definitely going to help with the elasticity of the hair, so it balances the hair to its healthiest state, right? Mixing it with the original hair Botox cuts the formula of the purple pigment that might kind of overtone a little bit. So when it comes to mixing the two together, it's up to you as a stylist. Think about it. Do I want to neutralize any warm tones? Do I want to cool down the actual treatment itself? So if you're going to neutralize, you're going to use more of the original hair Botox and less of this platinum hair Botox. I'd say use 75% of the treatment, 25%, if you just want to basically neutralize. Now, if you want to be able to add more of a cool tone, you're definitely going to go half and half or use more of the platinum. Think about it as a color formula. Do I want my 9V to pull through and cut it with my clear? Original hair Botox will be your clear. Platinum will be your 9V. How do I want to go about this? As if you were going to tone. Single process color, again, you can basically do 75% of the original, 25% of the platinum. Mixing the two together will guarantee a really great end result. Single process color is great too, because again, even though it isn't as damaging as a lightening service that might come, your hair is still going through a chemical service. It's going to end up being dry. So why not add something that's going to help with that moisture? Now, that being said, let's answer some questions. It won't dilute the treatment. Again, The platinum hair Botox is a treatment itself. It still has the Bontel peptide. It still has the same innovation as original hair Botox. It's just more moisturizing. Okay. It's not going to dilute it. It's a treatment itself. What if they're red or copper? Great question. Just use original hair Botox because you're basically lifting and then you get to tone the hair again. So when it comes to the treatments in general, think about it as that way. Once you get your hands dirty, you're going to understand this full circle, I promise you. So when it comes to virgin hair textures, which are like unicorns in our industry, there's that. Then it comes to red hair clients who are copper, who have that warm undertone and need that lift without lightener, hair Botox original, don't need platinum. When it comes to fantasy colors, your pulp bright clients, your Joico intensities, your reds that are vibrant, the purples, pinks, all those great fun colors, they are just stained. So basically you're going to lift the hair to a banana peel, right? You're going to damage it and now you're going to heal it. So you can just use original hair Botox. So again, virgin hair textures are perfectly fine with original hair Botox. Semi-permanent color lines are really great for original hair Botox, and the reds, all red family, copper, great for original hair Botox. Gray haired clients, natural blonde hair, as well as anything with lightener in general, as well as a single process color root to ends should have platinum in that mixture. I cannot stress enough with naturally gray clients, they need to have platinum in that mixture, because if they don't, the treatment will turn their hair gross yellow. That highlighter yellow that we're all scared, yeah, that's the color it will turn. Because again, it's just the natural pigmentation of the hair. If you start to see a drastic level of shift, because accordingly, it is done maybe a level, half a level of shift. If you see them go from a level 5 to a 7, your flat iron's too hot and it's lifting out everything. So when it comes to platinum, again, gray haired clients, any lightening service and blonde single process colors should have platinum in that mixture. Original hair Botox will be basically virgin hair textures, semi-permanent color, as well as any reds or coppers or anything like that. Just stay with the original hair Botox. So now to answer your questions about color, color can be done the same day, but you are going to reverse this, okay? So we all think I'm going to do the treatment and throw color on top and everything's going to be magical and the hair's going to be great. No, you're not. You are going to do the hair Botox first, bring them back to the basin, wash their hair twice with the replenishing shampoo, step 3, basically put the color right on and then send them on their merry way. That's a long time with the same person. If you're up for it, do what you need to do. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Just make sure that the hair is washed prior to. So you can kind of adjust this to plan and book accordingly to when their next root touch-up is going to be, and then go from there. So you can basically book their hair Botox treatment 2 weeks before their root touch-up, if they're okay with it, and then do a full service on them, color service on them, okay? I'm gonna write this down in the chat. Next, you're going to reverse that for lightening. You're gonna highlight first and treatment after. Why? Because you're damaging the hair and now you're going to heal it. Okay, so again, single process color, hair Botox first, color after on clean washed hair. When it comes to lightening, you're going to lighten first and hair Botox after. I know it's very confusing at first, but I will put it down. Please write this down or DM us later if you forget. Either way, that's what basically is going to do. I will answer your questions in one moment. Michael, do you want to add on to any of this single process color situation? Lightning?
Yes. Let me look at my chart, Laura, because I have a working here. And I like to go with my chart. So exactly what we were talking about when it comes to color application. I always find that we need to educate the client and let them know what they want to do first. And just like what you talked about, Laura, about consultation is huge. Figure out their wants and needs. And are they wanting to do the treatment that's more on their number one on their list, or is the color on the list? So just how we say on a single process, we always like to do the hair Botox treatment first, and then we'll do the color after. And then for the lightening, we like to do the lightening first and then the hair Botox treatments after. So it all depends on what you're trying to achieve with your client and the final look they want. But I personally like doing the consultation always first and not even on the same day. I will always book them in a day or two before. I'll sit down, we have a chat, and we talk about their needs and wants. And I have to break down and show them about the treatment, about what's the difference between which treatment we're going to use. And then, of course, the aftercare home shampoo is very important. So for the color, I do believe in the single process, do the hair treatment first and then the color. And for the processing, we'll do the lightening first and then the treatment after, because we don't want to strip the treatment out of the lightener. Can I continue showing us doing the back?
Absolutely.
So we're almost, so let's see where we at, because I like to visually show you guys. So we're almost, I got probably 3 more sections up here. And Carmela's already done that side, and that's great. But remember how we said we have 100 grams? So let's see what we have left over. I have about this much left over. And Carmela's a little more. So I think 100 grams will be perfect for her hair texture. So like I said, I always like to start off with the 100 grams and go from there. You want to start the other side and that? Go ahead. And then once we are done, I will also explain to you how to take care of the baby hair and the regrowth around the front and the ears and the nape, because that is very important. So when you are applying it, don't stress too much about the baby growth or the baby hairs around the face. I'll show you about that. Another thing I would like to talk about is, and I've seen this a lot when we've done it at the salons or with hairstylists, is you have applied so much and you focus so much on the ends, but the ends are still dry. And no matter what you do, you keep reapplying, and it looks drier and drier. Basically, at the end, you have to tell your client that she needs the metal treatment. That means she needs a little haircut. It's very important because no matter how much you apply on the ends are gone. So don't be too hard on yourself to keep reapplying. As well, when we are talking about the baby hair, I will show you how to moisturize the ends for it. But just try your best and be confident that you applied enough on the hair. And if that's still not enough, then a little trim will go a long way with the treatment. That's it. And now we're gonna, yes, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just want to go over this really quickly because application is key. The treatment is acidic. Again, that's what causes the color shift. This is why we're staying away from the scalp. You're not covering gray. There's no need to apply directly to the scalp. It's new growth hair. It doesn't need anything. It's just living its best life. Your ends, on the other hand, are shot out. So you definitely need to focus more on the root application for the most part. It will cause sensitivities for those clients who tend to have sensitive scalps, right? Those clients that you, old school time, you had to, put Sweet and Low in their color, or, those clients that are constantly picking at their head with the foiling comb. So do a patch test in the consultation if you know Sally Sue is sensitive to color. Okay, but again, you are not applying directly to the scalp. You're getting to the root area as Michael pushed the product towards the scalp, but not applying directly to. Again, mindless equals mindless end results. Focus on what you're doing. This treatment should be done by you, the stylist, not your assistant. They should be not applying. They should not be clarifying. They should not be rinsing. They paid for your time, which is a lot of money. So have the time to do the steps accordingly to yourself. If your assistant wants to help apply, that's perfectly fine. If they want to blow dry, perfectly fine. But they are paying for your service, so you will be booking and doing it accordingly to so. Now, get to it, Michael. Show us over there.
So I'm going to do another section and show you, and then we'll spin her to the side. I always find, and I don't know, Carmela, if you find this, because the more treatments that we do, and you start really realizing that the higher you go on top, the more treatment you need. And of course, it makes sense because everything happens with us up here. Now, if I flipped Ali backwards and walked her with her legs dangling, then all of that stuff will be from the bottom, and that will get all the environmental stress. So we always find that when you're up here, I always find that I have to mix a little more, and it's harder to comb. So it's just interesting to see how that works, where here we don't need as much, but the higher we go, it's sucking up that treatment and it's showing you how much moisture it needs in the hair. So now we're going to take our couple more sections on top, and we're going to reapply again. And like I said, if you need to apply more, please go ahead and reapply. It's very important. And I also want to touch base on what Laura said. You know, the treatment is an investment. It's simple as that. So with an investment, you always want amazing results. So I always like to, of course, do everything myself. I like doing the clarifying. I like doing the rinsing. I like doing the blow dry and flat iron. Now, if another stylist wants to help, who's also certified, so we're very fortunate that all of our staff here are fully certified. So they know when they see any color shifting, or what they know when they see how much moisture they have to, how much product they have to leave in the hair. It's very important that everyone in your salon is certified. Because trust me, little things that will jump up and you're like, well, I don't know if I should do this, or maybe we put some of this stuff. That's because they're certified. If you just have an assistant or someone giving a hand, they're great, but they don't see the little things. And trust me, every little part of this treatment to make it better goes a long way. So from us even telling you not to comb out the hair, apply the product right away, how we have to clip it, what we have to do with the baby hair. It's super important for the treatment to last long. And this is where we're very fortunate, where I see my clients in about 6 weeks after the treatment, and their hair still looks amazing. It's easy to blow dry, because why? We all took that step, we all got certified, and we all know do little things to make it better for the treatment. So now we're almost done here. I don't think we need more. I think we have enough, but again, always the top is always a little more porous and dry. So I'll probably maybe have to mix about 10 more grams, but I think we will be fine after that. Like I said, please, please, please measure your treatment. That way it's going to know how much you have used, and as well, it will finalize for how much you have to charge the client. None of this eyeballing and none of this, let's just mix everything and see what happens. No, every gram is it like, I look at, in my head, I say like every gram's $1 or something like that. Like I have to measure everything, because you need to know what you're going to use on your client and what you're going to charge. So you're not undercharging, but you're not overcharging. So I need to get 10 more grams. Yeah, you got, okay. So we'll be back. We're going to get some mixture.
And I'll answer some questions. So, do you lighten? Do you do the treatment, then tone, or do you tone before the treatment? So what's really great is the platinum actually tones for you. So you actually might not even need a toner. There's that suggestion. But if you're going to do it, right, you are actually going to tone and then do the treatment afterwards. I know it kind of sounds backwards, but it will help, because if you do see how the platinum works, then you can decide, okay, maybe this does need a little bit of a toner. Maybe it didn't take the way that I wanted it to, or it didn't ash out the way that I wanted it to, cool it down, whatever you want to say. But I would suggest lightening, do the actual treatment, and then tone on top. Okay, you will have to wash them lightly and then do the toner or the glaze right on top. But it is a very long day. And again, I would suggest booking accordingly to you and your book and your client's time frame, pretty much. So lighten, do the treatment, decide whether or not you need to tone. If you do, bring them back to the basin, wash their hair gently with the replenishing shampoo, and then do the toner on them. Again, very long day, book accordingly. That's pretty much it. Okay. If you do a color service right after, do you lose some of the treatment? No, you do not, because again, this is not a keratin treatment. It doesn't just sit on the hair, do its thing, and then deplete over time. The treatment works within the cortex. Okay, so once it's in there and it's sealed, it's in there and it's sealed. So you don't have to worry about any color going into the cortex and doing anything because it doesn't do that. It goes into the cuticle. Okay, so it works inside the treatment. Now, if you have a client who tends to change their hair color like their underwear, then that might be an issue. So if your client tends to say, hey, I want to do a hair Botox treatment and they're a brunette now, and then 2 months later, they decide to be a blonde, guess what? That's not going to last them the 6 months that we kind of guarantee, okay? So let that be known during the actual consultation. The treatment lasts up to 6 months. Do not promise them more than 6 months, okay? Because if you under promise and overachieve, they like that a lot more, right? So we've seen the treatment last 3 months. We've seen the treatment last 6 months. We've seen it last a year. Literally, a client of mine just texted me and said, it's been a year, okay? It just depends on their hair lifestyle, okay? Just always remember that. So who's sitting in your chair, how you're going to go about this. Okay. You have a cut. Okay, so we have a stylist who has a client for a couple of inches of regrowth, dark hair, and the ends are very blonde. Should we mix the two different hair Botoxes together? Michael, you want to answer this?
Yes. So let's say that first of all, hair Botox is very, very customizable. And the reason I love using that word, and I use it a lot, is because I always go back to look at your color bar at your salon and see how many toners of blonde we have. We have so many different toners of blonde. So why don't we have the same thing for hair Botox? I don't believe in that a smoothing system is, here's your one bottle, now go ahead. We have so many different clients with different textures, with different looks, with different needs and wants, where hair Botox will come in to deliver that. They deliver different products for different results and different clients' texture. So for her ends, say are more blonde and then her roots are more virgin, definitely you can change your mixture of treatment and have one bowl for the root to the mid shaft and have another one from the ends to the ends, mid shaft to the ends. So if you're saying she's more blonde on the ends, then my mixture will be using more platinum, less treatment. And then for the root, I'll use more treatment, less platinum. We get to customize. What about when we have clients that have very, very stubborn foreline and around the ear and the top is super, super curly and thick. And then from the nape and bottom, it's very thin and less curly. So that's where we can go with biotin on top, more of the, I call it the extra strength of hair Botox on top. And then the regular number 2 treatment we can put on the bottom. So definitely you can customize and you can do different treatments on different parts of the hair and different sections. Or sometimes you can mix both together, depending on what the client wants and needs. So to answer your question, absolutely, you can do a different formula for the mid shaft to the ends and a different formula from the roots to the mid shaft.
So we have a bunch of really great questions.
Yeah, no, I love it.
So, all right, so we answer that. So can we bleach tone a level darker than we do a treatment? So how do you want to answer this one? Bleach and tone a level darker than do the treatment. I mean, it just depends, quite honestly. We do have stylists that will tone the hair, like say they're a level 7 and they'll go down to a 6 and then bring it back up to a 7. Just most people don't want to deal with that, right? They'll just rather do the treatment, do the full-blown treatment, bring them back, have them just do the color, just do a full-blown color, because again, now you're messing with formulas. So, and it just makes your life easier if you just lift the hair out and then put color back on top, you know? So we do have stylists though that will adjust the color accordingly, especially if you're a colorist, you kind of just get it. But for the most part, people want to be more efficient for that. So they'll be more like, oh, we'll just tone the hair, come back in 24 hours or, you know, book it accordingly. But when you do the consultation, please let them know that this might happen. Okay. Because again, they appreciate your honesty. They appreciate the fact that you're being 100% transparent when it comes to the whole service, just like we are transparent on what could happen in this whole entire service. So yeah, again, just kind of whatever works easier for you, you're more than welcome to do that. How does the dry climate or hard water affect how long the treatment lasts? Dry climate actually doesn't bother the treatment. It actually helps the hair in a way where if you have humidity a lot, if you happen to have a lot of, you know, hair textures that react towards humidity, the treatment's incredible for that. Our biggest market is the Middle East. So there goes that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So those clients that tend to have live in a drier atmosphere, this treatment is going to be a godsend for these clients. As for hard water affects everything. Okay. It affects your piping. So let's just think about that. So when it comes to hard water, unfortunately, again, be honest, let them know. Okay, you have hard water in your home, the treatment might last you 3 months. It is what it is. Other than that, that's pretty much how you want to go about that. Really quickly before I jump on to more of those questions, what are we doing today? How long are we going to be processing this?
We just finished right now, well, 10 minutes ago, we're just talking about it. So I think for her processing time, now it's already been, what, 5 minutes? So maybe another 35 minutes, we will leave the treatment in her hair.
So in totality, what are we doing?
Pardon me? Sorry.
The totality, like what is the actual time, even though time passed a little bit? What are we doing? 45 minutes?
Sorry, 45 minutes is what we're going to do for her hair. Yeah, because I don't think when I spoke to Ali a couple of weeks ago about this treatment, she doesn't want it super straight. She loves her waves, she loves her curls, but she doesn't like how frizzy it looks. And then when she does blow dry it, and like I said, she's a client of mine, so every time we do blow dry hair, we do see some static and frizz on top. So hopefully this is going to manage it down. So 45 minutes, I think, is a perfect, it's a perfect timing. So now that we're done, and to answer some of your questions for how much extra, I mixed 20 grams. So it's 120 grams we did on her today. And I think that was dead on. So 20 grams off, I think we're happy. Okay, so now just to finish it off a bit on how to get the treatment done. So I will get something like a wet brush or a wide comb, like wide tooth comb. And I like to go in there and slowly and kindly push the hair back just to get all of the baby hairs away. So then we can go back into the bowl and work on the baby hairs like what I explained in the beginning of the application. Of course, we all know that it is regrowth, and like what Laura said, it's the best part of the hair, it's virgin hair. But we just want to go make sure that we do touch upon that. Thank you very much. So I have a bit left over in the bowl. I always leave a little more, and then we just slightly tap it and just go over. Her hair it's great. It took the product very well, but sometimes you will see a little frizz in there that I can just kind of tap it down. Same I will do on that side here, especially over the ears. And then in the back, especially the back always has the most baby hairs. So like what I told you in the beginning, don't stress about it right away. We will figure that out, and we did. Okay, now, thank you very much. Now, once this is done, we are going to go in there and massage it. Remember, I told you if the ends still seem to be a bit dry, what I recommend is you can get a bit of a spray bottle, do a light mist on the ends, and just massage it through. If you have a little product left over, that's fine. You can reapply it. But if you have no more, don't stress about it. Put a little moisture, massage it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to be clipping it up like this. And now I know all of us hairdressers are thinking in our heads, wait a second, you're clipping it up. So is that going to create a dent in the hair? Or is that going to cause the treatment not to work? Remember, there's no harsh chemicals and there's no formaldehyde. So we're not actually going there and changing the curl pattern. It doesn't do that. So is it safe to clip it up like this? Absolutely. So we've clipped it up. We took all the baby hairs here. And then to finalize the treatment, I'll get a plastic cap here. And the reason why we cap it is just to keep the moisture enriched into the cape, so into the cap, so it goes onto the hair. And then we do a little fold. And here, because now the client's going to be sitting for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, always trying to make it as presentable as possible. So I know she's got a bag on her head, but let's try to keep it clean. Let's try to keep it nice and professional. Let's keep the capes clean. Let's keep everything organized. So when they're sitting there, they're happy about getting their treatment. And there you go. That is the application for MK. Another thing, Laura, if I can touch upon really quick, and I know we're always re-saying the same thing about, you know, color shifting or not using platinum. I will tell you that once, if it does get some color shifting, trust me when I tell you, when they shampoo their hair in 24 hours or 48 hours, that color shifting goes away. So it doesn't actually stay on the hair. A lot of the times I find that some clients be like, it's lifted and they're happy with it, but us being color techs, we know that it shouldn't have lifted that much, but it's okay. So, but I know that after you do the first wash, it washes it out. So don't be paranoid about that. And I know we keep on talking about using the platinum is very important, but just again, be confident about it that when you do wash, when they do the clients wash the hair, that it acts like kind of like a sunscreen that just kind of goes off the hair. So it does come off, so not too worried. So we're going to put this now, I think another 35 minutes, and we're going to process, and she's just going to relax.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions. We do have such a big class, so there's a lot of it, and I'm okay with it. So how about a client that has permanent hair? Do you apply it on the regrowth? This treatment is accumulative. That means the more you use it, the better the results are going to be. Again, no harsh chemicals, no formaldehyde. It's not a crazy protein treatment that's going to make the hair snap off like most treatments on the market. Right? So you can do it however you seem to deem fit for your client. That means if you think the ends still feel shiny and nice, then just do the regrowth. But it is safe for you to pull it completely through to the ends. They're not going to have any breakage. They're not going to have any issues. The only way, and I'm jumping slightly ahead, so it's kind of going against my rules, but it kind of fits into this, so I'll say it anyways. The only way this treatment can go wrong is if your flat iron is at 450 on a fine porous blonde. It's common sense, but guess what? People lack it. So again, just be mindful when it comes to the service. So you're more than welcome to do a full head again. You are the stylist. You know what the hair can take. Do what you need to do. If you think that their hair still feels beautiful on the ends, it's still super shiny, it's smooth. You don't have to do the full entire treatment on the ends, but you have the ability to. So again, use your discretion, go over everything in the consultation. You can do regrowth. You could do it throughout the whole entire head. Especially if it's been 6 months, I would probably do it all over again, just to make sure that you're guaranteeing them the most beautiful results. And the more that you do it, the more benefits you get. It's pretty awesome, if I will say so myself. Now, processing time, since we are in this category right now, processing time, please do not over process the blondes. 45 minutes is an hour to them. Okay, we're in a different category as blonde girls. So again, 30 minutes is minimum, 60 minutes is maximum. If they are medium coarse resistant hair textures and they want straighter look, you're going to process it the full 60 minutes. If they're looking for repair, if they're looking to be able to keep most of their curl pattern, but remove their frizz, you're going to do the 30-minute mark. Again, 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Do not do or exceed 45 minutes when it comes to a porous blonde. Quite honestly, 30 minutes seems to be the perfect timing for a fine porous blonde. They get the benefits, they get the results, and you're healing the hair without questioning yourself. So again, maximum is 60 minutes, minimum is 30. Okay, this chelating shampoo, just follow the rules when it comes to our treatments, because again, you can do this on a mannequin for sure and see how it works. But quite honestly, just stay in the prescription of what the treatments are. Don't overthink it, you know? So the pre-treatment shampoo is made for the treatments. The clarifying shampoo is made for our treatments. So in general, just use what's prescribed with it. Therefore, you can guarantee those desired end results. If you're using something that's outside of the box, I personally would not do that when it comes to a treatment. That's just me as a stylist thinking ahead of, I'm going to end up fixing this if this is a problem, you know? So, and time is money and money is time in this business. So when it comes to that, if you want to practice on a mannequin and do it, sure thing. Let us know. We love that kind of stuff. But again, step one should be a part of the prescription of each and every service. Again, how long should we leave it on highlights or more damage hair? 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Personally, just stick with 30 minutes. That's just what I'm going to say. If the client has virgin hair and the treatment, will the treatment not make it virgin? No, it's still a repairing treatment. It will make they're still in a virgin hair category. You're not adding anything to it, just repairing it. So if they have frizz, they're more than welcome to be able to use the treatments and still get benefits from that without the virgin, taking away their virgin hair textures. Okay, if it touches the regrowth at the scalp, will it shift in the natural? No, because natural hair, the natural regrowth does not have color shifting in it. Again, it's only blondes, gray-haired, single process colors. Those are the three that will have the color shifting that pulls through. It's a virgin hair because it's a regrowth, then you won't. Okay, I am not getting into any other treatments right now. This is going to be a hair Botox class in general. If you want to DM us, I will gladly answer those questions for you, especially since it is such a big class. So I'm not even going to bother touching on that. But definitely biotin therapy is our strongest formula, and Botox is our like generalized treatment. So we'll go over in that. Okay, so flat iron temperature, we're going to wait on that one. Aftercare, we're going to wait on that one. If a client has damaged blonde hair and it's curly, will it make it straighter or will it stop at 30 minutes? Michael, you want to answer this one for me?
Yeah, you got it. I was waiting for that. You know, again, we're trained professionals, so we have to watch that and we have to see. Like we always do, especially when we deal with a high lift blonde, you need to eye it and baby it every 5 minutes. So you really want to see how the ends are. And of course, I always say that if the ends look very fragile and brittle, to always right away, lower your flat iron and just watch it. And then from there, you will see how the hair takes. Now, will the hair go more straighter? If the hair is already damaged, it's damaged. So I don't think it's going to go straighter, but will it be easier to maintain or will it be smoother to blow dry? Absolutely. But if those ends are gone, the ends are gone. So like I said, just really watch your temperature when you're flat ironing and how many passes, and that will really see how you do with the ends of blonde. That answers your question.
Yeah. So again, when you are a stylist and you're presenting this treatment during the consultation, be the bigger person, right? We tend to be people pleasers. It's just like we think it's possible that we can take on anything. And I want you guys to be mindful, this is a treatment. And if they have fine, porous, damaged hair texture, focus on healing their hair first, and then bring it to the straightening part, okay? If you're honest with them and you're able to say, if you could please mute yourself, if you're able to say to them, let's focus on repairing the hair to a healthy state. That way we can move on and possibly get the hair straighter. You're being, again, honest with them. You're getting to the point where you need to be able to bring the hair to its healthiest form. That's what they really mean. Whether you can guarantee it's straightened, it's a possibility. But if you basically tell them, let's heal the hair first before we start into straightening the hair, okay? Any introduction package to the purchase. This is not, we don't talk about pricing like that when it comes to purchasing or anything. This is just a class. We suggest contacting your sales rep for that information. So, yeah, I don't know pricing. None of us do. It's more of the fact that we're just here to present this to you on how crazy awesome this treatment is. So just contact your sales rep when it comes to introduction packages, pricing. I will go over pricing and how to present this to your clients as well when the time comes. But any other questions basically on what we just talked about? Clarifying, processing time, applying, all that type of stuff. Any other questions on where we're at right now? If my client was bleach blonde and did a single color level 5, would it shift the color? Yes, it would. Correct, Michael? For sure.
Absolutely.
So and especially if you know that, again, we have the client that tends to change their color every season, you should definitely use your discretion again with your flat iron temperature and the processing time, because if they went from a level 8, 9, and then went darker to a level 5, that's still damaged underneath that color, right? So what you're going to do is you're probably only going to process them to the 40-minute mark, and you're going to use less heat on that hair. Okay. Because again, it's still a level 8, just with a color on top. It is what it is. There's still damage in there. So big problem. All right. Do you want to add, hold on. I've done an OG Botox on a model, bleach and tone level 5 copper. And after I blow dry and straightened, it turned out to feel like there was product on it and a gritty feeling. It wasn't soft as shiny, and that could have been a problem. This is probably a rinsing part. You probably left way too much product in the hair if they're looking for some subtle, softer results. So that happens from time to time. The biggest problem that people tend to go over this is how much to rinse, which we will go super in depth with. But if it feels like there's a lot of product in the hair, it means that there was a lot of treatment left into the hair. It depletes over time, after their first couple washes, obviously, but once it's in the hair, it's in the hair. But yeah, that's pretty much what went faulty. It also could be the flat iron temperature as well. Especially if it feels like there was still a lot of product in the hair, the flat iron passes weren't as much. There's a lot of factors that could have caused this. But for sure, definitely it was product left in the hair. There was probably too much. Again, it happens. It's trial and error, especially if you're doing it on a model and you're trying to figure this out. Which I'm so glad that you're joining in this, so that way you're able to get some clarity when it comes to the service for sure. But yeah, things like that happen, and it's an easy fix. Absolutely.
If I can say something, when we do that consultation, and like what Laura said, that like we are the professional ones here and we explain everything. I also always explain to my client that the more maximum result you want, the more we have to leave in the hair. So meaning that your hair will feel heavy leaving the salon. So you just let them know that because we went for more the maximum of, you want it straighter, you hate your curls, you don't blow dry, you always flat iron, we have to leave more in the hair. So their hair will feel heavy, and you want to use that word heavy. But when they do shampoo their hair in the 48 hours, 24 hours or 48 hours, that lightness will come back. It will not always be like that. So as long as you let them know in the consultation from the beginning that your hair will feel a bit heavy and it will feel not as natural because the treatment is there. Once you wash it, that lightness will come back. And use the word heavy. Don't try to use any other words that will discourage your clients for the treatment. I think heavy sounds good. And thank you, Laura.
So let's go over aftercare, because this will tie into how long you can wash the product after the treatment, since we have a little bit more time to go. How much time do we have actually?
I'll let you know.
10 minutes?
11 minutes.
See, good. All right, I'm on it. So replenishing shampoo and conditioner, step 3 and step 4. All right, so here's the question that we always get, right? Can I use any shampoo or conditioner that's sulfate free or whatever? Sure, you can, but can you guarantee that the desired end results are going to last them 6 months? It's up to you. We have a very, very small retail line. We're not here to compete with shelf space either. Remember, I told you we're not here to take services away. We're not here to compete with shelf space. If you're a signature salon to say any other brand, that's cool. Stay with them. We love that for you. But what we want is to make sure that the treatments are guaranteed those desired end results. So the shampoo and conditioner have the amino acids that are actually in the treatments. So it guarantees that. Okay, anybody can use the treatment, the aftercare. They don't necessarily have to have a treatment in there. So the replenishing shampoo, see how it has a little 3? And the conditioner 4. Pretty simple, right? So step 3 and step 4, again, should be prescribed in the actual service, to be honest with you. You can do an introductory offer where you're basically saying, okay, $300, but you are $350, and then you get the shampoo and conditioner. You just made retail and you're ensuring the fact that they're getting the aftercare as well as they love free gifts. I mean, come on. So again, this should be prescribed in the aftercare. Okay. It's very, very big. It makes you, the professional, know that they're going home using the right aftercare to guarantee the desired end results. They can wash their hair the same day if they want to. Me personally, I had a treatment done. I hated that my hair was flat ironed because I never wear my hair flat ironed. So guess what? I washed my hair the same day and curled it because that's just who I am. So you are able to wash same day. They can wash after 24 hours. They can wash it whenever they deem fit. Okay. That's what's really great about the treatments. They can walk outside in the rain and it won't affect the treatments whatsoever. Once it's sealed in, it's sealed in. So that was our replenishing shampoo and conditioner. Step 3 and step 4. Okay. We do have our silver shampoo and conditioner. This is what I personally use at home. I love it because it neutralizes, it doesn't overtone. Okay. So it just gets rid of that brassiness that might come throughout the week. It uses silk amino acids. Okay. And it is made for our platinum clients. So if you're mixing platinum with your blondes, this should be the shampoo and conditioner that they go home with. They can basically use this in conjunction with the replenishing shampoo and conditioner, and they will be able to have a purple shampoo for themselves. So this is the shampoo and conditioner for blondes. Next, we have our hair mask. Okay. Our hair mask is great for those clients who use the shampoo, but use a mask instead of a conditioner. This is great for them. This is great if they're going on holiday or if they're going to live their best life in the summertime. Protects from chlorine, protects their hair from salts. So this is absolutely fantastic for those clients that tend to vacation a lot or live their best life in the summer. What you're going to do is shampoo their hair, and then they're going to put the treatment, the mask treatment, whatever you want to say, the hair Botox mask, root to end on wet hair, tie it up in a bun, go swimming, go to the beach, whatever, come back, shampoo their hair again, put the conditioner on, and that's it. So this is great to help with those clients. Okay, it helps protect their hair. It's a great back bar service as well. If you want to do something for them, if they're coming in for a blowout after having a treatment, give them the mask and then, do what they need to do. Okay. Next is our oils. Okay. So we have one styling product and oils. That's it. Because the treatment itself should be doing its job, right? Making their life easier, making their hair healthier, where they won't need 15 million products, right? They're not trying to use this oil for frizz, this oil, this cream for shaping, this, and this. It's basically the treatment should be doing its own job. So I'm going to go from our lightest to our heaviest. And our lightest is our Frizzy's oil. Okay, I'm not like an influencer. So we're just going to, here it is, Frizzy's. It's got a 4 oil blend: argan oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, and olive oil. Okay. Great for fine haired clients and great for those clients that need like a little bit of an aftercare, like after touch up. Super awesome to blow dry with, super awesome if you're doing updos, and none of our oils are super greasy. So Frizzy's is my personal favorite. I have finer hair. So yeah, again, lightest formula uses argan oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, and olive oil. The argan oil is our top selling oil. It is our happy medium. All of our oils are humidity resistant, but this is our huge seller. It's just a happy medium for everybody. Again, our oils are made for our treatments and can be blow dried into the hair, air dried into the hair, wet or dry, whatever you need. So this is our argan oil. And then our keratin serum. This is our heaviest oil. It uses sunflower seed oil. So it basically, that's the keratin that's in it. It's a heavier oil. So those clients that have medium resistant coarse hair textures that need a little bit more of a weight to their hair, this is the oil for them. My sister-in-law has beautiful Puerto Rican hair, and she is obsessed with this because it actually acts as like a definer for her hair. So keratin serum, heaviest oil. Pretty much self-explanatory. Then we have our leave-in cream. This is our only styling product that we have. Super versatile. It's a leave-in styling product. You can scrunch the hair with it for those curly clients. You can blow dry with it. You can mix it with the oils. This is it. It uses argan oil and plant-based keratin, which is sunflower seed oil, and I believe licorice root in it as well. So super hydrating. And then last but not least, the Mac Daddy of the Mac Daddy, our fast blow dry spray. So our fast blow dry spray speeds up drying time by 15 minutes, smells incredible, a thermal protectant, and is heat activated. So when you use this, it's like a no-brainer for your client. The fact that they can speed up drying time by 15 minutes is absolutely incredible. Yeah, the moment you spray that is the moment that you're going to sell it because it smells absolutely delicious. All right, so are there silicones in your products? No, there's none. There's no silicone in our products. Yeah, so I will go into the Express. Michael, do you want to talk about Express real quickly? Yeah, pay attention.
Yes, no, I know I got you because I'm looking at my time. We have 2 more minutes to rinse, but let me get the Express right here. So here is the Express right here. But now I'm going to do what Laura does for him.
Yeah, same.
And then here is our anti-aging one right here. So these are very popular in our salon that we use. So Laura had a really good point. She said in the beginning of the class that not every client is a candidate for hair Botox. Okay, so some people can handle it, some people's hair can't, but everyone's hair can handle a hair Botox Express treatment. And they're very popular. So when you always have clients that give us a call and be like, I would like to get a haircut and can I please get a treatment? We hear that all the time in the salon. So now our go-to treatment are the hair Botox Express and the anti-aging Express. So this, I always call it the baby steps to get your clients introduced to hair Botox if they need it in the future, or that they need to strengthen the hair to get ready for hair Botox, or as well to maintain hair Botox during the year. They get this treatment in between to really stretch out the treatment of hair Botox. So how it is and how it's mixed is you get one full vial, and you put it into a color bowl. Then you mix 3 parts of water into the bowl 3 times, and then it turns into a mask. So believe it or not, this will turn into a mask, and it's so easy to work through. Now, what this treatment does, we'll put moisture back into the hair. It'll add some amazing shine, and that static that the client gets from the root during, especially during the weather when it's really humid outside, it will bring all that down. A lot of my snowbirds during the winter time before they go to Florida, we always do a hair Botox Express. And then when they come back during Christmas, we do it again. It will last 4 to 6 weeks in the hair. The application is kind of the same how we started with hair Botox. We use a clarifying shampoo. We shampoo it 2 to 3 times. We leave it in the hair for 3 to 5 minutes. Then we mix 1 vial with 3 parts of water. Then once we mix it, we're going to apply it on the hair. Now, do you have to take smaller sections like what Carmela and I did today with these treatments? No, it lathers really easy. It's easy to work with. You don't have to take super small sections. If someone has medium length hair, you can do it in probably about 2 sections and maybe 4 sections in the back. Then we leave it in the hair for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if the hair is super thick and super dry and you want to put them under the dryer with the cap, go ahead. And if they have fine, thinner hair, no heat is not necessary, so they can leave on for 15 minutes. With the rinsing, I will show you today, actually our cameras went off, but I'll show you on the rinsing part of it, how much to leave in the hair. We say 50% to 80%. So again, going back to the thickness of the hair and the more stubborn their hair, I will leave more. And the fine and thin texture, I will leave less. Once that is done, we will do a nice blow dry. And if we want to flat iron it, we can, of course, if the hair is thicker. Now, this is a little tip to explain, because I ran into this problem when I first started, do trial and error, like Laura said before. If the hair is super long and thick, and we blow dry too much of the moisture before you apply the product, you're going to need another product. And I've learned that the hard way, where I've blow dried it a little too much. I went in there and I applied, and halfway I felt like I needed more. So I went and I mixed more. So just always think of the blow drying. If the hair is super thick, of course, take out the moisture because you don't want to dilute the product, but you don't want the hair to be too dry because you'll find that you might have to mix more. But of course, if you have to mix more, do it because the client needs it. And if someone has really long, thick hair, maybe one's not enough. They might have to do 2, but that's what you would charge. Our charging would be anywhere from 60 to 80 to 110. You would charge for the treatment, just depending on your demographics, the salon, and how the whole pay structure works. But I am telling you, this is a lifesaver at our salon. We always do it. We do about maybe 8 to 10 treatments a week with Hair Botox Express, and it works amazing. And the clients see how long it lasts, 4 to 6 weeks in the hair. And it's an amazing, amazing service we have at the salon. I suppose, yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
You said the timer went off, so
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for it.
ready to rinse, yeah. So you're okay? With the-
Yep.
Okay.
I'll add on to that when you're blow drying.
Awesome, thank you, Laura. So now we're going to switch, I get your camera, and then we'll switch. Yeah, put the camera on. And I'm going to mute my side here. And we'll do that, and let's flip it.
Hey guys.
I'm sorry, flip.
Still
Right
looking up
here.
the ceiling, sorry.
Yeah, we'll flip it. Oh, hello, look at that. Those awkward selfies that you get.
I was like,
Now
I'm
get
still
on me.
looking at
Why
the
did you argue
ceiling.
to yourself? Why did you give me the phone so I could do that awkward look?
You're
Okay,
tech savvy.
thank you. Can you guys hear us?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. All righty. So let's rinse. we're going to go in there. Move the cap. So before we do any rinsing, I like to make sure that the bowl is super clean and super dry, so it's not going to affect anything with the treatment. Let's remember with rule number 1, please, please, please do not shampoo the treatment out of the hair. If we shampoo the treatment out of the hair, the treatment is completely gone. So let's just remember that we do not shampoo the product out of the hair. The more we leave in the hair, the more maximum result we want. The more minimum result, where again, they want to keep their curl, they use a curling iron a lot, they want to keep their natural curl, will leave less in the hair. So the technique works like this, head back. And I'm going to show you the technique of how to rinse before I actually turn off the water and do all that stuff. So the rhythm is I like to do is, I'm going to always do them very picky. I want no water nowhere. We like to go forehead to forehead, ear to ear, underneath the nape, and then a bit from the mid shaft to the end. So I'll do that again. We go forehead to forehead, ear to ear, underneath the nape, mid shaft to end, and then we stop it. You will see it'll probably take us maybe 3 to 4 seconds, and then we flush the water. Remember the pressure. If we put the pressure on way too high, we're blasting that treatment to be a waste under the sink, or into the sink, I mean. So we want to make sure that we keep the right pressure the whole way through. Temperature can be medium warm to lukewarm. It doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be super hot. Doesn't have to be super cold. Just room temperature is good. So we'll do it again. Forehead to forehead, ear to ear, underneath the nape, mid shaft to ends. All right. So now saying that, we will not go in there, remove the clip, bring it to the sink, turn on the water to sit there for 5 to 10 seconds to feel the water. Because what are we doing? We're diluting the product and we're losing the treatment. So always leave it clipped up, or someone can always leave it holding for you, that when you're ready to rinse, they drop it in your hands and we do it. So now we have our clip on. I'm going to go in there, feel the water temperature and bring it a bit down. Yeah, now we're going to talk about it. Yeah. But we don't like to talk about milk. We talk about the treatment of, yeah, see, Laura already said, yeah. Laura doesn't like it. So we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the texture of actually products, not milk. Us Canadians, we talk about milk because we love milk as Canadians. Okay. Yeah.
It's a great analogy, though.
I know.
No, it's not. Keep going.
Laura didn't like it. All right, 1 second. All right, we're good. You ready, Allie? It's gonna be quick, okay? Forehead, forehead, ear to ear, underneath, mid shaft to hand, stop. So that is our first rinse. So I'm gonna go in there, massage it. And why we massage it? Because we're just gonna break the treatment throughout the hair to slowly soften it all up. Because for that, 40 minutes, the treatment did sit and some areas dried up. So what we want to do is just massage it and work it through. Now, because this is an amazing virtual class, we don't have our virtual glasses on yet that you can actually come and touch people's hair, but we will soon. This is the texture of the hair of the treatment for 90%. You see that?
Mask, right?
Yeah, this is exactly like what? A hair mask. So very thick. It's not runny at all. And this is left for 90%. Now, question is, you guys are asking, can you leave 90% in the hair? If you want, you can. This is for like that maximum ultra smooth, ultra straight result. But for us and what we're trying to achieve today, this is a little too much. We don't need to leave 90. We're actually going to leave 60% in her hair today. So this is 90%. So thank you, but no thank you. We're going to rinse it. And we'll do the exact same thing. Forehead to forehead, ear to ear, underneath the nape, mid shaft to end. Check that pressure of water. It's not too much. That's okay. Again, forehead to forehead, ear to ear, underneath, mid shaft to end, stop. And now, what texture does this look like to you guys? Nice. That's conditioner. And then we're massaging, especially remember down here when I told you guys we get a little excited with the first application. So always work the bottom and really break up the treatment. We're massaging the treatment, coming out pretty good. So this is like a, yeah, like what Laura said, conditioner. We want to leave in something like a spray-in conditioner or a leave-in conditioner. That's how much we want to leave in the hair. So, and you can always say that every time you rinse, it's like 10%. So like right now, this is 80% left in the hair. Maybe the third time will be 70%, but I'm going to leave it on the hair a little more of the water, so then it can go to 60. All right, let's do it again. When you have long fingers, you can use flips like that. It's really easier in life. Forehead, forehead, ear to ear, underneath, mid shaft to end, and stop. And now I feel good about this treatment because it's more like a leave-in conditioner. You see
So
that?
can I correct you with that, Michael, really
Yes, ma'am.
quickly? So when it feels like a leave-in conditioner, it's not 60%.
Is it 50?
It's actually 40%.
Okay,
So
40.
I will
Okay.
go over that again. When it
Sure.
comes to leaving in conditioner, styling product in the hair, it's about 40 to 30% of the product left in the hair. This is for repair. This is for fine hair texture. This is what you're looking for to repair and those clients that have a porosity issue. Okay. When it was that conditioner, that was about 60 to 70% of the product left in the hair. And when it looks like a mask, it's about 90% of the product left in the hair, between 90 and 80. So when it comes to that, again, use your discretion. If you overly rinse, kind of not a big deal, to be honest with you. If they're looking for maximum results, and we put in, you can leave the product 100% in, but think about it, you are going to be blow drying with a mask on the head. You're going to hate everything. You are. So if you need to blow dry 100%, okay, because they're looking for that resistant hair texture result and they're looking for straightening results, again, biotin might be the better option for those clients. But if they want hair Botox because they're either porous blonde, A, B, C, and D at the end, I don't know, wherever this takes you. You can blow dry it 100%, but lightly mist it with the spray bottle to kind of break it up a bit, you know, subsection it, spray it, subsection it, spray it, and comb it out, okay? But the more product that is left in the hair, the more gritty product it feels like is in the hair, okay? So again, we're textile people. We like to feel, we like to see that type of situation. So when it comes to feeling it, mask is between 90 to 80% of the product left in the hair. Conditioner is between 70 to 50% of the product left in the hair. 40%, 30, 20% is that styling product in the hair. If you're looking for repair, fine porous blondes, damaged hair textures, you're looking for that feeling of a leave-in cream, a styling product, okay? Michael, you're muted real quickly. Do you want to just, yeah.
Yes, I'm back. Okay, so we have rinsed the treatment and now we are ready to comb her out. Now we can comb her out now. That's not a problem here. So we're going to comb her out really well. We are going to blow dry with our hands about 80% of it to go dry with just natural with our fingers. And then we're going to go take sections and blow dry with a round brush to make it nice and smooth and get it ready for the flat iron. We have a lot of questions that we get asked is, do they have to part it their certain way before you blow dry and flat iron? And that is no, you don't have to. Like I said, it doesn't change the curl pattern of the hair. There's no formaldehyde and there's no harsh chemicals. So we will comb her hair out now. We will start blow drying. I will let you know that when you start blow drying your client's hair in that, rougher kind of stage with the treatment in it, you can already see the results on how smooth their hair is compared to when you did the clarifying shampoo and you took out the moisture the first time. You can tell a lot that the hair shaft lays a little more flatter to the shoulders and the back, where before the hair would be all the way up. So I'm going to go in there now. We're going to comb it out. We're going to blow dry 80% natural with our fingers. Then we're going to section. We're going to get a round brush. We're going to start blow drying with a round brush. And then before, of course, we'll flat iron. We will come back and discuss about a color. Okay.
So, very quickly, as they blow dry, we don't really need to hear a blow dryer, right? So I'm going to go over Express because it was very briefly, and then I would love to show you guys before and afters. Because I feel like everybody needs to see how it looks for every client, but yeah. So Express, here we go, back to Express. I have a level 10 blonde client that went back to a level 5, but it keeps fading even though I filled it. The Express Hope, yes, it would actually benefit you for the most part. So yes, it will help with the porosity. It'll bring back moisture into the hair, and you will definitely be able to seal in that color that keeps on pulling out, Again, that could also be their aftercare. It could also be their lifestyle that keeps on causing this issue of the reasoning why that color keeps fading for the most part, even though you filled it. It might take you a couple more color applications, but for sure that Express is definitely going to help that hair bring back the intensity, the porosity of the hair, as well as bringing the hair back to life for sure. Express and anti-aging are pretty much the same treatment. Express is just a little bit on a heavier side because it uses coconut oil in it. It is a moisturizing treatment. It is not invasive. Again, 4 weeks to 6 weeks is the guarantee that you might have. So when it comes to the Express, don't promise them the hair Botox treatment. Okay. Express, again, lasts 4 to 6 weeks. Great for curly haired clients that just want to remove their frizz, but keep 100% of their curl pattern. It's great as a maintenance. It's great for extensions, especially extensions, because if you have extensions that are starting to look rough after 3 months or so, do the Express. Their extensions are going to be fantastic. They're going to be brought back to life, the moisture back in there. It's definitely, something that you have to use your discretion if you're applying it to the bond area, especially tape and extensions, or the wefts that might kind of slip slightly. But again, this is a great add-on service for it. You can actually have your assistants do the Express, and that will actually bring them to the point where they'll be able to build a book for themselves, making themselves an Express hair Botox client. So the Express hair Botox and anti-aging are two different little vials. They're the same process. Anti-aging is great for finer haired clients. It's not as heavy. The Express hair Botox is slightly heavier because it uses shea butter as well as coconut oil. I forgot to add that. So it's shea butter. When it comes to the Express, it might be heavier for those fine porous blondes that might come out. So anti-aging might be better for them. But I've used both of them. I personally love the Express. But again, anti-aging is just a lighter formula, and that one is guaranteed to last 4 weeks, where the Express lasts up to 6 weeks. So it's definitely lasts longer. So Express, you can tone, you could do everything all at the same time. Okay. So Express does not cause a color shift. Remember, it's not invasive. Okay. So when it comes to Express hair Botox, for those clients that you're kind of worried about color shift or any situation, it's not invasive. There's no acidic product in there, so you don't have to worry about color shifting with that as well. I was just thinking about getting into Olaplex. Thank you. So when it comes to Olaplex and all of our treatments, this excludes Express. Express is perfectly fine. But when it comes to Olaplex and our treatments, it's Olaplex aftercare. Okay. So number 1 and number 2 is perfectly fine. But the aftercare with Olaplex and our products, let's forget Express. I will get into this. This is very important because this could cause an issue. So let's all focus on Olaplex right now. Okay, forget about Express. I'll go into that a little bit deeper, but this is very, very important, and you'll know why in a second. Olaplex aftercare and MK treatments are not friends. They do not go to the same party. Okay. Number 1 and number 2, back bar done by professionals is perfectly fine with our treatments. But our treatments are invasive. They go inside the cortex. When you have a product that causes buildup into the hair, such as their aftercare, being done by a client who's not knowledgeable and just thinks it's a regular shampoo, conditioner, and styling product and uses it every day for months and months and months, it causes a reaction with our treatments. So their hair will turn into cotton candy. I repeat, their hair will turn into cotton candy if they're using Olaplex in aftercare in conjunction with one of our treatments. Our treatments work inside the hair. So when you have something that works inside the hair and a buildup of bonds that are artificial, it causes friction within the hair shaft. So when you do your consultation, it is extremely important that you go over Olaplex, because sure, you not give them the knowledge. You're the professional. You know what they walk home with, right? But what they do after they leave your chair, that's on them. That's not on you. So it is very big that you become thorough enough where you're like, have you used Olaplex in the past month? If they have, you have to refuse the service for them and rebook them for another time. Because again, I'd rather you guys be safe and us being transparent than something happening and then blaming you. Because again, this is our big thing. K18 is not an issue for us. K18 is, they don't have any reaction whatsoever. We've done the tests. K18 is a A-OK situation. So if they use K18, they're good. It's the Olaplex number 4, 5, 6, 7, 25, 33, 66 that they have. Okay. Because again, it causes a big issue within the hair shaft. Yes, it is a reaction in a molecular level, because whatever bond it is that they use in conjunction with our treatments, it's not okay. So when it comes to the timing, the time frame of the aftercare, it's not 1 and 2. Olaplex 1 and 2 is perfectly fine because it's a one-time deal that is done by you, the stylist. It's the aftercare, unfortunately, because it's in the hands of a client that possibly uses it every single day, which means there's a constant buildup of bonds within the hair texture. Okay, that's whatever that bond is, does not work with our treatments. You can wait up to a month, but we suggest waiting a little bit longer than that and have them go home with a clarifying shampoo and completely discontinue using the Olaplex aftercare. I don't know if it's a silicone buildup. I don't know what's in Olaplex aftercare, but it does cause a problem. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that, because again, I don't want them coming back at you. I want this to be a full, amazing treatment service that you can do. So have them go home with a clarifying shampoo, rebook them a month later, do a strand test if you have to, if it feels comfortable for you, but it's only Olaplex aftercare. If you use Olaplex number 1 and number 2, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's a one-time deal that you are doing yourself. It's when they go home, it's a whole different ballgame, right? So again, Olaplex aftercare is not our friend. For Express, if they want to sip on the Olaplex aftercare Kool-Aid, they are more than welcome to. Okay. We're not here to take services away, remember? bring them into Express because that does not cause an issue. Express and Olaplex are friends. They can hang out. Same thing with the anti-aging. It's not invasive. But what's really great about the hair Botox treatment, quite honestly, is it does all the job that the number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that Olaplex has in one shot. So use your discretion. But my biggest concern is the fact that you guys understand completely the transparency that we want you guys to understand. This is the issue that can cause, okay? No surprises here. If you decide to use our products, that's perfectly fine. If you love Olaplex and want to continue using it, maybe Express might be the answer for you. But again, it is not our fan. Have them come back in a month, make them go home with the shampoo and condition, a clarifying shampoo. It could be ours, it could be anybody's. Just make sure that you guarantee yourself that time and ease and comfort knowing that, okay, I had to refuse this client, but the end result is going to be amazing. There's that. All right. I hope that this was okay. Yes, so after 2 months is perfectly fine. If a client uses Olaplex after hair Botox, would it have the same reaction? No. Yes, it will. Sorry, I didn't mean to say no. Yes. So it means that yes, Olaplex and I'm telling you this right now, once they use hair Botox, they will not need Olaplex. They won't. I promise you they won't. They should be using our aftercare with the hair Botox treatment, okay? They should be. It is what it is. We cannot guarantee the 6-month mark if they're using something else, but they definitely, and I mean, if I could scream it on the top of my lungs, definitely should not be using any Olaplex after using an MK treatment. That's it. I just want you to understand Olaplex is not a party, whatever, in this party whatsoever at all. Okay. They're not able to get into this club. So either way, I just want to make sure everybody understands the aftercare of Olaplex is not okay for us. Okay. Again, if you want them to stay on Olaplex, they're more than welcome to stay on Olaplex. Just make sure that they use the Express if they want to do it. And yes, K18 is not a problem. K18 can hang out. We're at the club. It's fine. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it at that. Now, since we're in like bond building and all that kind of jazz right now, and we're in this mix, bond building lighteners do not cause an issue with our treatments as well. Just so you know. So if you use like a Schwarzkopf or if you use Wellaplex or whatever the bond building lighteners that are on the market right now, that's perfectly fine for our treatments. For some reason, Olaplex is just not a fan of ours. It is what it is. I wish I had better news for you, but unfortunately I don't. So again, I want to be 100% transparent with you. No surprises whatsoever. I don't want stylists feeling uncomfortable. I want you guys to be able to understand completely. I hope you don't hate me for that, by the way. So yes, transparency, big. Make sure you go over this in the consultation again. Okay. So moving forward, I want to show you some before and afters so that way everybody can understand. So let me share my screen. And here we are. Oh, come on. I freeze. Oh no. Everybody can see my screen? Good. Sorry, did I freeze for a second? Oh. Okay. So I want to show everybody how amazing this treatment is for every single clientele. And this is one crazy curly, super unruly hair texture to super shiny, manageable, sleek, smooth. I mean, It's incredible how you're able to transform their hair in just one session. Then we have another let me see, which one do I want to show? This is actually, believe it or not, I'm sorry. This is actually a regrowth application from one of our salons in Australia. And as you can see, this is a year ago. So this is their regrowth. And this is the after. And obviously they did from root to end hair Botox. Absolutely incredible. So regrowth ends full blown. That was another one. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones. So this is actually a client of our educator, Carly. And this client has been undergoing chemotherapy for the past 7 years, and her hair is constantly breaking off. And she was able to grow her hair as well as be able to do extensions in their hair and withstand the extension weight for the most part. And this is before. This is after hair Botox treatment. Our treatments are safe enough for pregnant women after their 6-month trimester, as well as women that are undergoing any hormonal issues, IVF, those types of things, thyroid problems, as well as it's safe for those clients who are undergoing a life-changing situation such as chemo. This is, hold on, let me get into progress pictures. So this is a before from one of our educators, Valley. This is one of my favorite before and afters because again, you saw different clients, right? So curly hair, very frizzy, unmanageable, very, very rough texture. Lots of like faded curl definition. This is after doing a hair Botox treatment. And we call this the after. So if you guys get these, please let me know. This is after her first wash with a styling cream. She wanted to keep her curl, but remove her frizz, obviously. This is just with the styling cream, okay? So he processed the hair for 40 minutes. He rinsed to the point where there was a leave-in cream in the hair. He used a lower flat iron temperature and lower passes, and he was able to achieve this. I mean, beautiful. Let's do this again real quick, because I'm like, that's not the same head. It is. After. I love showing this one because it shows the transparency as well of like the color shift that might pull through. But here is Omar. He's our educator in Alberta. He's a Redken salon, by the way. So that color shift that comes through, you will see in this picture. So this is maximum results he did. She wanted it as straight as possible. She wanted it to be able to get rid of the frizz, super manageable. So as you can see, very frizzy curl pattern, more of like a wave towards the roots and just very frizzy on the ends. This is after he did the treatment. This crease that you see in the picture is actually because her hair was in a ponytail when she walked in. You can see the buildup of color and then obviously the new growth from here and that color shift because the buildup of colors down here. Then you have the new growth right up there. So this is an example of that color shift that might pull through. And this is the after. he did the hair color. So he colored her hair, washed her, colored her hair, and he literally said he finger dried her hair. This is the end result of a finger dry. No, he's literally said no round brush, nothing. This is a finger dry. So we go from super curly to being able to blow dry, look like it's completely flat ironed with this. Then we have Nancy, who is our educator in Australia. She does a lot of progress pictures for us, which is great. So as you can see, those clients, remember when I said in the beginning of the class, those clients that tend to only have their hair grow to their shoulders and they're like, my hair never grows, it always breaks off, blah, 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 blah. This shows the progress picture of the hair Botox treatment, July 2020 to December 2020. That's a 5-month mark. And you see the growth that happens, right? It's crazy. Here's a after again of hair Botox, air dried only. Just super smooth. So you're able to do that with our treatments. This is another one. This was mainly platinum, by the way. There was only just a little bit of hair Botox before, after hair Botox, after just blow dried, no flat iron. And she did this with a round brush. That was it. Just super healthy hair. Okay, next, I want to show Express. So this is Ego Trip, which is another salon that we have. Super curly. Absolutely amazing. Before and after. Just the ringlets jump right back up. And this is just with the Express. Michael did a before and after for us as well. So if you want to see another curly hair, this is before. And she ended up becoming a hair Botox client after this. So again, like he mentioned, give them a little taste of the Express. They love the results. They'll most likely book onto another. But this is Michael's Express. As you can see before, after, and then after. Just stunning. It just hydrates the hair to the point where it makes the curl pattern come back. It helps with all of the frizz. It just makes your life so much easier when you appreciate it. And again, another segue into the hair Botox line. Just give them a little bit and they'll jump on, I promise. Okay. So since we're almost done, Michael, you want to jump on that real quickly and about your niece that did the Express?
Oh, perfect timing, Laura, because we're done here.
I know.
Yeah, so my niece is very, very stubborn. And she has, you see the curl in her hair. And every 3 seconds, I believe even when she's sleeping, she always does this with her hair. And I always yell at her. So when I told her about the hair Botox treatment, she's like, no, thank you. Like I see before and after, it looks awesome. I just don't want to lose my curl. I don't want to lose my curl. And I told her, listen, you're not going to lose your curl. We're just going to soften your curl and get rid of the frizz. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want straight hair. I don't like it. So then I said, come in just for the Express. So we did the Express. We flat ironed it after. She's like, okay, I don't mind it, but I can't wait until I wash it. So she washed it and then she saw the curl and all that frizz she had before was gone with the Express treatment. And then a couple months later, then she came up to me and said, hey, so how about that hair Botox treatment you want to do on me? So already that baby step from the Express was perfect for the full treatment. So I did the full treatment on her. Of course, I used platinum. I did Botox, but I did everything on the minimum side. I did the 30 minutes. I left 40% in her hair. We flat ironed less time. We did less temperature. So everything on the minimum. And now I believe this summer in August will be 1 year. And to this day, it still looks great. Now in August, we're going to do it again because she's going on another trip, but it looks like that's it. She's going to be a forever hair Botox client. Once a year in August, we would never even think about a treatment, but it started with the express and it got into the full treatment itself. So I was really happy that we changed her because she needs it. Because it used to be so staticky and so much frizz. Now she's blow dries it, puts a little curl cream, and it's done. So it looks amazing on her. So we have finished blow drying our beautiful model's hair. So this is not even flat ironing. And look at the shine and the smoothness that her hair has. And we haven't flat iron yet. Like, wait until we flat iron. And I'll tell you something, when you do flat iron, you will actually start seeing the shine instant from the root to the mid shaft. Before you even go on the ends, you will see that shine coming out with the flat iron. So, but this is not flat iron. This is only treatment, blow dried. And look how nice her hair is. Now, does it feel a bit heavy? Yes, it does a bit for sure, because the product is still in her hair. But imagine when we remove it in 24 hours from now, when she blow dries it, it will go this smooth and it will be easy. But we need to finish off the treatment and we must flat iron. So, Carmela, can you please give me 3 sections like we did before? Let's talk about flat ironing. So, can I, Laura, talk about flat iron? Is that okay?
Please go. I'm
Awesome.
typing away.
Amazing, good. So, we recommend and we like to use, and we want you to use, please, a titanium flat iron, not a ceramic flat iron. The difference between titanium and ceramic, if you look at ceramic and you look at the heat, the way it distributes, it happens from the front, the middle, and the back. Where if you're dealing with a titanium flat iron, it heats from the top all the way through. So we want to make sure that when we hit the heat of the flat iron on the sections, that we want it to be even. With ceramic, like I said, it only heats the front, the middle, and the back. With titanium, it heats the whole way. A couple of tips to remember when it comes to flat ironing is you always want to make sure when we are flat ironing that we have the same pressure when we are putting the hair on and going down. Means I don't want very super strong pressure from the root, and then when we get to the mid shaft at the end, we kind of let go of it. That's inconsistent. I want us to be even with the pressure of the flat iron from the root to the end, please. When we are flat iron, we are going to start with the back, and we are going to do right now, I think her hair is healthy. Her hair is healthy, and again, she comes to me on a regular basis. I know what color we do. I know her hair service and her color service. So 400 is going to be perfect. I will start in the back first, and I will work myself up. The reason I like to start in the back, because if I do see some color shifting, I know that I can turn down the flat. If I know that her hair is handling it and it's really good, and if I need to go up maybe 10 degrees, that's totally fine. But I always like to start in the back to be safe. As well, another tip is around the face. You do get some more shifting a bit around the face because of environmental stress. Everything happens around the face. So that's where we can go and turn down the flat iron. The really cool things about the MK Professional Flat Iron is we will judge and see how the hair is texture-wise, condition-wise, and it'll actually, when we put it here, it will tell us what will work on healthy hair, what will work on damaged hair. So her hair is healthy, and I put the degrees, and it's at 400, and it said healthy. So that's amazing, and that's what I love about the MK Professional. So if we go down to 370, it says damage. So that already we can tell if it's over-processed, if her hair has been through a lot and is very damaged. We will look and say, hey, guess what? Her hair is damaged. We got to put it down to 370. All right. But like what we said, her hair is healthy. I'm going to go to 400. And we are professionals. So we have to watch every step. And flat iron is just as important. As well, when it comes to the ends, you can tell here she's more treated. We have to do your highlights again, by the way. So as you can tell, her ends are more treated here. So what we have to do is we have to watch the ends with the speed and with the pressure. Because if I'm going to take too long here on the ends, we might damage the hair. And we don't want to do that. We're trying to achieve healthy, shiny hair. So we have to see on what we'll take and what sections we have to do. So let's start with the back. Carmela, I can click that off. So we will do the same thing that we did before, where we will take the smaller sections, and once we're done flat ironing, we'll put it to the side. A big thing is really important to know, and sometimes I like the client to feel, is I tell them, feel the texture of your hair. Feel it when the hair Botox is in the hair after we rinse it. Feel it after we blow dry, and then feel it after we flat iron. I am telling you, it'll go from super heavy to like medium heavy to, oh, I don't even feel like the treatment's there anymore. You see those 3 steps, and that's why we blow dry the treatment in the hair, and now we're sealing the treatment in the hair. All right. So put our head down. Let's make sure we can see. Beautiful. So I'll do a couple of sections here, Carmela, and then we can go on that side after. Yeah. So I will go take about 1 inch of the hair. I'm excited to flat iron because I'm excited to see how we nice blow dry. Flat iron will look much better. All righty. Now, again, if sometimes clients' hair are very stubborn and you might put a comb near the hair and you might see the static, but it's only from static of the hair. It's nothing else because the hair has been through a lot. So static has a lot to do with the hair because it's been through a lot with clarifying, with the rinsing and applying. But once you hit it with the flat iron, that will seal it. So what we're going to do first is I like to take half a section like this. That'll be 1 section. This is another section. And I like to tap around the corners first before I go from the mid shaft to the ends, because that way we're guaranteed perfect heat on each side instead of the traditional flat iron this way and we miss our corners. So we go like this. I'll do more like a C section. Like I need to 1 second. The flat iron's a little. There we go. Once it's live TV, you have to work around it. So when we go like this, we will go and I will do like a C shape. So 1, 2, 3 like this. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 sections. 4 passes. Once that's done, I'll comb it. And already a big difference from it flat iron to the product in the hair. I can feel the difference. Then we're going to do it again. One, 2, 4. I comb it out. And already the softness of the hair and the shine is already so nice and so clean. And we go like this, part it to the side. And then we start again with the flat iron. Now, remember when I said that if the hair is more thicker, has that curls and very stubborn curls, you will be taking absolutely much smaller sections because the hair texture needs them. And this is what I love about hair Botox is we get to judge and see what texture of the hair is and how many passes it needs and how we can customize it. So for her, I think 4 passes is enough at 400 degrees. 400 Fahrenheit, sorry. And I think it's great. So again, I'm going to do a C, this like that around it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can tell, this is called steam because it's from the product, and it's a moisture product base. So you will see steam. So there is no smell. It doesn't irritate my eyes, doesn't irritate the client's eyes or health or anything. And if you do see that, it's just steam from the product, and you let the client know. Don't use the other S word. We don't like to use the word smoke. We like to use the word steam. Okay, because it is steam in the hair, and nothing is burning. Her hair is super strong, super healthy. We're going to push it to the side, and we're going to work this way. Carmela, if you want to start, we'll flat iron that side, and I'll bring the flat iron close to you.
So really quickly, again, flat ironing is the only way that this treatment can go wrong. Do not use 450 on a fine porous damaged blonde. It is what it is, okay? Use your discretion. That's the only way this treatment can go wrong. As Michael mentioned, there is product left in the hair, so the product needs to go somewhere when it's heat activated. And the only place that it can go is up. So all the time, I actually ask all the models, how do you feel? So how do you feel our model for today with the product being in the hair? Do you mind having her answer?
Yes, so you can talk now. I'm gonna unmute you. So take your hands out. Okay, and feel the sections on the bottom that we just did. Go ahead. How does it feel?
Wow, fantastic. So
And how do you feel with the products? Do you feel itchy eye? Do you feel uncomfortable? Anything?
no, not at all.
Okay.
It just feels so much lighter. And
See, I just always check in. So that's pretty much where it is. When it comes to flat ironing, again, less flat ironing passes equals less straightening results. More flat ironing passes equals more straightening results. This does not include for damaged hair textures. You're not going to do 12 passes on damaged hair textures. Use your discretion. Okay. So minimum temperature for this treatment is 365. Maximum obviously is 450. Do not use 450 on a fine porous blonde hair texture. Less flat ironing passes equals less straightening results. Okay, so those clients who tend to have curlier hair that want to keep most of their curl but remove 100% of their frizz, then you can go about 4 to 5 flat iron passes when it comes to that. As Michael mentioned, you're going to take subsections when it comes to coarse, curly, resistant hair textures because you want to ensure that the treatment is evenly locked into the hair. The treatment needs to be flat ironed in. It has to be sealed. If it is not, then there's no reason. Okay. Can you do hair Botox in a perm? Actually, yes, you can. So we have had stylists that have had done a perm and miscalculated the rods, if you want to say, and it was way too tight and the client hated it. So guess what? They did hair Botox. It loosened the curl pattern and it healed the hair, especially from a perm. Okay, because you're changing the bonds of the hair. Our treatments are safe to be layered on top of other treatments. We just do suggest that you use your discretion and know, like, if it's been 2 weeks, I would probably wait a month, meaning if they've gotten a Japanese straightening and they want something a little bit less, or they need healing from their hair, wherever their life took them, just be sure to do it after a month. That's just a personal opinion of mine. But again, you can layer our treatments on top of previous treatments, keratin treatments, etc. I just like the month mark just because it gives the hair some time to kind of chill, as well as, you know, if you're booked, you're booked. And that's pretty much it. Can you do hair Botox same day highlights or color, or just wait a week or so? So we went over this before, but I'll gladly go over this again because it is such a touchy thing. Color and highlights can be done all on the same day. Hair just needs to be washed. With that being said, it is a long day with the same person. It's up to you. We just suggest booking accordingly to how you are comfortable doing the services. The highlights can be done the same day. Just remember, highlights are going to be done first, and then single process color is going to be the opposite. So you're going to do the treatment first, wash the hair twice with the replenishing shampoo, and then apply the color. I just personally suggest that you kind of schedule it to the point where the root touch-up is done accordingly. So wait 2 weeks, do the treatment, wait 2 weeks till their root touch-up, then do the whole color. Again, I'm behind the chair and my life just doesn't seem to work with me when it comes to that. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. So again, if you want the full day spectrum, you're more than welcome to do the full day. It's just up to you and what you're comfortable doing. And if your client wants to hang out for the day, that's pretty much it. Again, does anybody have any questions on rinsing, on flat ironing, on anything else in general, because I feel like this was a fantastic class. You guys had awesome questions. And if you think of any questions later on in the day, please let us know. I'll type in our Instagram handles again, so that way you guys can see. Feel free to reach out to us directly. Again, we try our best to answer your questions like right away. And it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information in like a 3-hour span. So yes, it is a big situation where if you think of a question later on, you're more than welcome to. Is the express washed 100%? No, it is not. And we do have a video on our Instagram. Just check the reels. You kind of have to scroll down, but it is not washed. You're leaving about 30% of the product in the hair. So it is not vegan. Unfortunately, our treatments are not, well, our organic is, but that's not, we're not going to do that. So hair Botox is not vegan because we use caviar oil, unfortunately, but it is cruelty free. I would not be a part of a company that is not cruelty free. We actually test all of this stuff on me. So, and my clients or myself. So there's that. I am the animal in this situation. So there is no, it is not tested on animals whatsoever. Unfortunately, it's not vegan because we do use caviar oil. Our Express, though, is vegan. So if they're looking for something that can be in a vegan category, Express is perfectly fine for that. What happens if you run out of step 1 clarifying shampoo and replace it with another clarifying shampoo? I mean, I don't know, because normally we don't have people replacing it. I don't know about the chelating situation, so I wouldn't do a chelating. That's pretty much it. If you want to use another clarifying shampoo because you ran out of the other one, sure. If you're in a bind, but again, can't guarantee results depending on just that type of situation. I don't want to swallow my words, if you want to say, so I can't guarantee anything. Let's just put it that way. Again, if you have any questions, concerns in general, you know, please let us know, even if it is after the class. But yeah, I'm really excited that you guys are so enthralled with this. It makes me so happy. And the fact that you have great questions. And again, reach out, show us your work, by the way. Speaking of which, let's talk about pricing. Let's talk about marketing, because again, it's you. So pricing, the bottle should be able to pay itself with a service. It is a luxury treatment. It's not a keratin treatment. Okay. When we say luxury, we mean we use innovative ingredients that make it different from any other treatment on the market. Okay. You can make your money off of this, guaranteed, because again, keratin is a service. We're not taking it away, but it's a certain service for certain people. This treatment transcends through everybody, fine, porous blondes, clients that you would never think about touching with a keratin treatment. Guess what? We got them. So when it comes to doing the treatment, book yourself out accordingly. It is yours. Again, your assistant is not doing this. Stylist next to you is not doing this. This is your service for your client. Okay. So it should be no less than $300. And I'm giving you a forgiving $300. Okay. Start off doing $350 and include the aftercare. Not only are you building the retail, but you are also guaranteeing the desired end results when it comes to that. Okay. You know that they're going home and they're using the shampoo and conditioner. We have boutique salons that charge up to $500 because they have 20 stylists, and they can. Demographic is key. And we understand that COVID has destroyed our industry terribly. So whether or not you decided to take personal choices of moving away from a big salon atmosphere and doing your own thing, such as like a boutique salon, or if you're a part of a big calamity, you're perfectly fine with that too. But remember, this is a time-consuming, amazing treatment. Make your money. Time is money, and money is time in this business. As for marketing, when it comes to doing the actual treatment, okay, and marketing, feel free to use anything that you want. Okay, go on our Instagram. If you see something that catches your eye, take it, screenshot it, whatever. If you need something customizable, please reach out to me directly. I will gladly get you something. But when it comes to marketing, it's perfectly fine if you grab something and you are able to do that. Okay. It's really great. And DM us, show us our work. With you, everything, as you can see on our Instagram, if you don't follow us, it is the fact that it's you, it's actual clients, okay? It's not a model, it's not somebody, it's actually you, okay? So if you tag us, we feature you, whether it's in our stories or on our page, and we have a lot of content, but it's real life stylists doing real life clients. So you get to see all the versatility of each and every treatment done by each and every stylist. So again, tag us. If we see it, we save it, we make sure we're able to feature you. And if you have any questions or concerns, say Sally Sue is coming to the salon. I forgot, when do I do hair color again? DM us, we'll get back to you, I promise. We'll have you all your answers. If I don't have the answers, I will find the answers. I will work with my team to be able to work with you. Michael knows we're in a big group chat. We do our best, okay? So again, we really appreciate everything that you do, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here right now. So all of our Instagram stuff is all you, okay? It's not models, it's not anything. And again, feel free to take whatever you need to do to promote yourself. If you need something specific, read it, reach out. I'll make it work. We'll work with you, okay? Okay, so, let's see. Does anybody have, would you include the aftercare shampoo and conditioner in the price change? Yes. So in the price charge, I'm sorry. Yes. So if you want to charge $350, $400, but that includes the shampoo and conditioner, do it up. Again, guarantees that you're going to be able to ensure that the desired end results are going to stay once they leave your chair. I also have, and I can email this to your sales rep and they will gladly send it to you. I have a stylist protection sheet. Okay, I call it a stylist protection sheet because a client consent form sounds really dirty and I hate it. So this is a stylist protection sheet. This means that this sheet is a very small blurb of, I basically know that hair Botox is not going to straighten my hair 100%. I understand that once I leave this chair, it is on me. That's basically what it is. This is for your protection as a stylist, knowing that I gave them the full information and once they leave, it's on them, okay? So I can definitely send that out to your sales rep where they will be able to send this out to you ASAP. She looks beautiful. Are you muted? Yes, you are.
Sorry,
I know, you're good.
I tap her out with my flat iron, so I don't want to distract you guys. Yes, she is very beautiful. We are done flat ironing, and her hair is super shiny and easy to work with. We got a bit of static, so we will get rid of that. Very simple with one of our beautiful serums. I was listening about pricing as well too. If I can just give my 2 cents in this, when we
Absolutely, you put in 10 cents if you want.
Thank you very much, Laura. When we do have our consultation, I will always give them a price from a low point to a medium high point. So that way, when they do get the service, they're not sticker shock and all of a sudden you told them one price and then it's totally different. The reason why you want to educate your client and tell them, listen, I can't tell you exactly how much it costs because I need to see how many grams your hair is going to take. And that's what we talked about in the beginning of the class. So for example, I will say, no problem, your treatment this week will cost at $350 to maximum $480. And that's where I'll give them like the cap. And that's where I'll give them the low. And then I work in between that. That way they're prepared, they're ready to go. So when they do get their hair service, it's done and they get paid for it. As well, we always take a deposit. The deposit is they're spending about 3 to 4 hours of your schedule, even sometimes 5 hours, depending on the length of the hair and the result they want. The last thing you want is for the client to call you the day of and say, yes, you know, I can't come today, can you just cancel my appointment? So at least I always say $100 minimum for your deposit, and that deposit will be used, it will be removed off the price when they are actually getting the service. So this is where I am when it comes to price. I give them a starting point, but I also give them a point where I won't go over, but I am giving myself enough cushion. That means if I have to mix more grams, I'm ready to go and the business is still running. So that's very, very important. As well, one more thing I would like to touch up is the model client formula. I know you can't.
Wait, hold on, bring it forward because
Yeah.
there's a glare, nobody
Yeah.
can see that.
And I can move the camera.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can
go
go right
with
there. Yeah, bring it this way,
Bring it closer.
bring it that way. And
Yeah, wait, keep it go, and we're good.
All
Yes,
right.
thank you.
see, this is virtual stuff. This is so fun. So you can actually, Carmela, if you want, get her ready and put some probably the raisin bronco, whatever treat you want, maybe the frizzy.
So let me, if you don't mind answering this question, why only after 6 months of pregnancy can this be used, and is it safe during breastfeeding? So doctors recommend any type of chemical service, even though this isn't a harsh chemical service, should be done after their 3rd trimester. And yes, it is safe for breastfeeding mothers. So if they're nursing, this is a perfectly safe treatment and service for them. It's just we go by doctor guidelines. If you don't feel comfortable doing it after 6 months, then you're more than welcome to not do that. But again, we follow those types of standards. And yeah, so go on. I'm sorry. I just wanted to answer that very quickly.
Good, because I couldn't answer me being 6 months pregnant about that. So good job. Thanks for. All right. So now with our model and client formula. So it's really important to know what we did. So in the future, when the client comes back and wants it maybe a bit more straighter or wants to keep more of their curls, we can go back to the formula and we can take a look at it and we're not guessing. It's just like keeping your color records. This is the same thing, but keeping your MK hair Botox record. So we can answer this right now if you want. So the shampooing today on our model, we did 4 shampoos and we left it in the hair for about 5 minutes. So I will type here 4 shampoos, leave it for 5 minutes. The mixing ratio today on our model was, we did 100 grams. We did 60 grams of original and 40 grams of our platinum. So we can write that in there. The timing, we did 45 minutes. Rinsing, how much did we leave in the hair to rinse? We left about 60% in the hair. So it was more like a leave-in conditioner. The flat iron, we did 4 passes and we did 400 was our temperature because her hair was super healthy and it handled it awesome. And as well, we always write flat iron, and I always like writing titanium flat iron because God forbid one day you don't show up to work and another stylist, we're gonna work and help your client and they go and they use a ceramic flat iron because they tend to forget that use a titanium. It's very important to write that. Temperature, we did 400 and passes, we did 4. So this is really, really important to keep on your record, either on your computer or in your station. So when she comes back, you know how to tweak it, or you can just do the same thing and you know what you've used and take it from there. So it's very important to have the formula there. And right now, Carmela is finishing her after look on her model. So I'm actually going to turn you around this way. And if you can see it, and see that shine, and I will bring you guys up higher.
Can we get closer, actually?
Yes, of course. We can get close, we can turn, we can do whatever you guys need. Lighting, can you see the lighting, Laura? Is that okay?
I mean, I
We can-
feel like if we can get a little bit closer to the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ring can move. Whoops.
Oh, there you go. Duh. There we go. And we're actually going to post the before and after on our stories so you guys can actually see it. I feel like Zoom is terrible for this
know.
also, by the way. So when it comes to following us, definitely follow if you want to see the before and after, so you can see the difference, but her hair
How much?
looks,
So,
I know, turn her to the window light. I mean, we can walk her over to the window light, but
yeah,
again.
we do have a laptop and it does move. So let's go. How
Yeah.
about that? Look how easy that was. Come right here and turn around. So Carmela, you're gonna use your strong muscles and just hold this.
There we go.
So you see the shine?
I mean, I can't wait to post it though. But
Oh,
yeah.
And you know, so hold on. So this is going to be interesting. So when was the last time I trimmed your hair? I cut your hair. How long do you think it's been? Yeah, it's been 3 months since I gave her a haircut. And look at her ends. So her ends look like they even got, like, it actually got a trim, but hasn't. But that's 3 months of work, of growth. And look how healthy it is on the ends. Look at the movement. The shine is amazing. See that shine? And we just use a little serum. That's all. Little of the frizz eraser. That's all we use. But look how soft her hair is. Look how it moves. It's very light. Yeah. And of course, we're going to take better after pictures so you guys can really see it. Now feel your hair, move your hair, move it. Turn it right. Yeah. Shake it.
Do the work, girl. Do
Yeah,
the
shake
work.
it, keep it moving, keep it going, keep it going. So you see that? It's so smooth on her. And again, what I'm really impressed is with actually her color. Because her color looked a little dull before she came in. And now I'm like, I actually like this color. So now we just have to touch up a bit of the roots when she comes back next week. And I think it will be really good on her. But yeah, there's our model.
I love it. It looks absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again. Does anybody have any questions or concerns before we shut this down and I can share the meeting with everybody if you contact your rep? Again, I know it's a lot of information. We do hold 2 classes a month, virtual classes a month, so you're able to hop on those. But yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to any one of us on Instagram. You can DM us directly. If you have any questions or concerns specifically about marketing or whatever, you can always reach out to your sales rep and they will reach out to me directly. But yeah, thank you. That is going to be a different class. That's actually next week. So contact your rep and they will send you the link. So Botox is the next class. It'll be next week. But yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, anything in general, please let us know. Thank you so much. You don't have a rep at the moment, and independent silence can be emailed by my email. I'm actually going to DM you my email directly. Okay. And you can email directly. So does anybody have any questions, concerns, anything? Because you guys were absolutely incredible, like incredible. I love all the questions. I love the curiosity that you guys have because it's going to basically catapult you into such an amazing service. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, anything that you think about at 9 o'clock at night, I can't make any promises I'm going to be able to answer them, but I will answer them at like 5:30 in the morning. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to, you know, hang out with us. And we really are excited for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Carmela, for being as wonderful as you guys are. I believe you guys will be teaching the Botox class next week as well. So I have you guys on there and I do have this recorded. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, reach out. Thank you. Thank you. And check out the before and after. How do I get to the next week class? I will just send you my email. Okay. Again, reach out to your sales rep. They will gladly send you the link as well. So if you need anything, just let us know. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah.